And we're live. Happy Monday, Beefy.
Oh man, it just feels so good to be here with you. It just feels so right. Happy Monday. Oh, I love your little coffee cup. I also love the space that you're in. You know what I love? I love seeing you and then seeing you behind you.
Yeah, here we
You
are.
look cute.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're getting back on track with our week in reviews. Almost dropped everything. Jeez.
Oh no.
Have you had a good week?
I've had a great week. It feels so good to be back. I feel I'm excited to be in this week in review because I've finally been back a full week and been in the gym. And man, it's like I went away for a little bit and I come back and it's like people are just jacked. Like, what the? I gotta catch up.
No, I'm glad you're doing this with me today because our topic is going to be all about routine and just getting back to it now that school's back, people are back from vacation, back from all their travels. I feel like most of our members are just constantly in and out all summer long. So I feel like today the vibe is like we're here, which by now I think everyone's kids are in school, right? There's no kids not in school. Today was
Well,
like
no, there are some kids. I think the private school kids don't even go back till the 15th. I think.
well,
Lucky them.
most people are back. We had some kids going back last week, some
Hmm.
kids going back today, and with that is going to be the need to get back into that routine and get back to, regularly scheduled programming for your family. So, do you think it's hard for you to get back into a routine after you have been away, or do you feel like you have good systems in place?
I, for me, I know I have good systems in place, which does make it easier for me to come back. But at the same time, that actually makes it harder for me to go away. Because when I have these systems and I have this routine, I have to kind of like switch my way of thinking because I'm so used to waking up at a certain time, getting to the gym, training with you guys during the day, coaching class. So like I thought going away, which is so funny, was harder. I was scared to be a bad vacationer.
Yeah.
But but when I look in the grand scheme of things though, it was like I had still, even though I had all these, my meal prep, the times I wake up, everything is fine. I was more nervous to just get back to working out
Mhm.
because I'm like, and I know other people feel this way, and I feel like at times it stops people, which is why you need to have those good systems in place because those systems and that motivation are going to get you in the gym because you're going to be like, oh God, I'm going to be so sore. I haven't been there for a while. And so you're just kind of like rip the band-aid off and jump back in. But once you're in, you're like, oh, this feels really good.
Yeah. No, I think everyone has that struggle and it's tough for everybody. But we always say the best time to do hard things, whether it's trying to start meal prepping or eating healthier or going to 4 workouts a week instead of just two, is when everything is crazy and shit has kind of hit the fan, which I feel like that is kind of the sense that a lot of people feel the first 2 weeks of August because your kids are back to school. A lot of them are going to either new schools, new grades, new
Mhm.
pickup times, drop off, all the things. Maybe your job is starting to pick up again. Maybe you're going back into the office finally after 5 years of working from home. I've just heard like all these things are happening, right? But if we choose now, while it's hard, to really buckle down and find where grocery shopping, where working out, where cooking at home, where all of that fits in your schedule, you'll
Mhm.
be so much better off because it's August. When I
I
sit down, I feel like it's February.
I just can't believe I've been saying that in class every morning. I'm like, guys, it's the first official Monday of August.
Yeah,
Like 7 months are already gone.
right.
We've done more, like we've already been through more months than what's left in the year.
Yeah, yeah. Time is year's not waiting for us. It's
No.
flying by, and I feel like we just started the fall training cycle. I'm writing emails and newsletters, and today it's week 3. It's an 8-week cycle. So next week is going to be the halfway point. So if you still haven't pulled the trigger to do what you said you were going to do, what you wanted to do for yourself, for your family this season, and now this is the week. Today's the day, because
Yep.
next week is going to be week 4. And then before we know it, we're going to be retesting workouts. And then it's Christmas, pretty much. That's how
the holidays get hectic. We're traveling again. Kids are getting out for breaks.
Mhm.
Like,
in about a week and a half, everybody's kids are going to be sick and they're going to be home from school.
right? I know. Oh my gosh. But it's like, when I really think about it, and it's like you said, it's like, now is the time. You know, before it was like we had our 100-day challenge and people were like, well, I'll wait till the next 100-day challenge. Or it's like, you've got to stop waiting. These 100 days just keep flying by.
Mhm.
So it's like, no matter where we are in the year, when are you going to finally start to prioritize yourself, your health, your fitness, so you can be healthy for your family, for your kids?
Yeah.
And plus, like, I mean, I know it sounds, what is that? Someone, a ghost gave me a thumbs up.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, not to sound morbid or anything, but and I saw there's this MMA fighter, and I hate that I brought it up and I can't remember his name. Well, anyway, at the beginning of May, he was fighting in the ring, and he, was jacked in his normal self. And at the end of May, he was in the hospital getting a double lung transplant within a month. And now it's like he's got to rebuild like his whole life. And so when I think about that, I'm just like, today is the day. You don't know, you don't know what could happen tomorrow. You don't know what's going to be going on in the future. And it's like, you got to start now. You got to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And we can't just keep, doing every Sunday night can't look the same. Every Monday morning can't look exactly the same if you want a different outcome. So if you want to be more active, if you want your family to eat healthier, if you want to see your kids be able to play sports or play with them at the playground, all of these things, that means that if it's not happening now, you can't keep doing the same behaviors over and over again and just thinking that something's going to change. So I think that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today, give people a little bit of inspiration for carving out time, not only for yourself, but for the entire family, because OxFit has some really amazing programs that we've just started running or been running that can get everybody in the gym, not just you, which I think makes it so much easier to make that part of your routine. When you do have kids, when you have a spouse, it's not just your thing. It can be something for the whole family.
I mean, you're talking about like, we got something for your kids, we got something for your mama, we got something for your granddaddy. Like, we got legends, we got teens, like,
Yeah.
we got it all.
Yeah, my teens class is growing really well. It's awesome. I've anywhere from 8 to 10 kids, depending on soccer, softball schedules, whatever's happening. But Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 4:15 to 5 o'clock. We've got kids working out in there. And then honestly, it kind of varies kid to kid, but generally speaking, if they're that 15, 16 year age or even older than that, they can just come to class with you. We have teens that have been in the program for a couple years now and have kind of graduated to just going to class with their parents. And I love seeing that. I think it's so good for parents to want to be that example for their kids, but it's also so good for kids to be around adults who all have a common goal. You're learning to talk to people, cheer people on, give somebody a fist bump, challenge yourself. Like, those are all the things that we do in class, and it doesn't have to be about losing weight or hitting certain numbers or anything. That's not what it's about for the teens. It's about building a healthy relationship with the gym, learning how to set goals, and just being excited to move your body because it just makes you a little bit better.
I mean, if I'm thinking about when I was a teenager, I wish I would have had something like that just to make me feel good about my body. Like, you're becoming an adult, and just all those different transitions that you're making from middle school to high school, like, just feeling confident in yourself is such a game changer.
Yeah. I've watched, our teens come in and be, especially post COVID, and same for adults, super timid. They don't really know how to talk to people. They pretend they don't care about their workouts or what they can do because they are coming from a place of maybe like embarrassment or they don't want to fail. To within 6 months, we've just completely flipped the switch. They're eager to try new things. They're not discouraged by not being able to do something because they know,
Outgoing.
right, whatever the movement is, we can scale it. You're going to come back to class in 2 days and we're going to try it again. And if we keep doing that, then in a couple weeks, you'll probably be able to do it. So I've just seen a complete mindset shift in teens and in adults with the way they treat themselves physically and just mentally in regard to, workouts and doing new things.
Right.
And just the feedback from parents. I mean, I know the kids are sleeping better. They're tired when they get home. It's giving them an hour of not being on a device. I don't allow cell phones on the gym floor. So, I mean, there's just so many benefits to having that be a part of your weekly routine. 3 times a week is what they spend with me. And I think the reward that they get from that time is just, you can't really measure it. Super valuable.
I agree. And I mean, it's like you said, it's like whether it's teen or an adult, just like, we have people being like, well, I've never done anything like this before, or I feel like I have to get fit before I come to the gym. And it's like, no, bring your kid to the gym. You come to the gym. We'll get you fit. Like there's no needing to be fit to join, to join us at all. I think that's so funny when people say that. And it's like, no, just come.
Yeah.
Just walk through the door, come to class, and I promise you're gonna love it.
Yeah. And it's going to be hard for 2 weeks. If you haven't been
Yeah.
consistent for 2 weeks, you're probably going to have to really be intentional and really focus and say, I don't miss my workout on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I don't miss my grocery trip on Sunday mornings. And for 2 weeks, you're going to have to be super intentional about those facts of your life. And then it's just going to become a routine, like we said. But yeah, we can work that in for anyone in your family. 3 days a week, my teen's going to work out at 4:15. I'm going to work out at 5 o'clock, and then we're going to go home and cook dinner together, or whatever it might be. Yeah, it's not going to be easy at first, and I think just knowing that, and if you go into something, I wrote about this last week in my coach's notes, and I really liked it, is just expect resistance. You have to expect resistance whenever you're trying to incorporate a new habit or something new into your life, into your schedule. And if you can just push past the discomfort that those first couple weeks bring, it's going to become second nature. And that's with anything.
I mean, there's one thing that I think about where it's like people want to come to the gym and then they'll come to the gym and they break past finally those first like beginner weeks, but then they'll come for a little bit and then sometimes people tend to like fall off, and it comes with, with the mentality of, well, I'm not seeing any results yet. So I'm just not going to go. And I try and tell people all the time, it's like, okay, so you've spent years getting to this point. It's not going to be just a few weeks to see some results, which is why we work one-on-one with people. And our program is 8 weeks.
Yeah.
You need time to see results. And, eventually we'll get you to the results that you want to get to. But if you think that what we're doing here is going to be, a month in and you're like, why haven't I, why am I not lifting this weight, or why haven't I dropped this much weight? And it's like, you got to be, like you said, consistent, and you have to push past, expect resistance, be uncomfortable, and allow yourself the opportunity to get there. But people always want to cut that opportunity short.
Yeah.
So that's why we work in 8-week cycles.
Yeah. No, the 8-week program is a great way to, especially if you're starting from nothing. If you really just need help building your nutrition, your workout schedule, all the little habits that surround being able to get up and come to the gym at 5:30 a.m. because that's the only time you can come. Well, there's a lot more that goes into that than just setting an alarm and waking up. What does the night before look like? What does your week look like as a whole? And that can be really daunting to take on just by yourself. So having a coach in your corner to give you that really intensive 8 week, like, I don't want to say hand holding in a bad way, but it's just someone in your corner that's constantly there to guide you and get you maximum results in the shortest amount of time, and then just put you on a trajectory to keep getting better.
Yep. And it's like you said, doing it together as a family then makes it even better.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you're doing it and your partner's doing it and your kid is doing it, then not only are you guys going to succeed together, I mean, think about the relationship that you're going to build even with your child. What, morals and values, characteristics, I mean, what are you instilling in, your kids, but also what are you creating for yourself?
Yeah.
Because like you said, you can't keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results.
Mm-hmm.
So something has to change. And it's great, and it's better to change together.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. And I think, when we talk about teens, all we say every time is, I wish they had this when I was a teenager. And I know a lot of the parents, or all the parents that have their kids doing it, feel the same way.
Mm-hmm.
So I think of it as like the same way you teach, you as an adult have to know how to cook. You have to know how to do laundry. You have to know how to manage money. All of these are things that you teach your kids for them to be healthy, successful adults. Well, working out and strength training and having a strong body isn't really a preference. I mean, I think it's safe to say it's not really an option not to.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to have a long, healthy life, that's just something that has to be on your list to teach your kids. It can't just be like, oh, when they're grown up, they'll decide if they like working out or not.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sure, but it's gonna be a lot better for them if we teach them that as they're growing up, the same way that you've either had to teach yourself as an adult or you've been doing. So.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, and I see it all the time. Like we have our kids classes that we do like on Sundays when we have Mommy and Me, and we've had other special events like during Halloween and after school and stuff. And it's just like your kids see what you're doing. They want to do it too. Even just the kids that come sometimes with the moms in the moms class, they sit on the couch. They want to come in. They want to get on the runner. They want to jump on the boxes. Like them seeing you do it already, it's like you're just setting them up for success.
Yeah. Yeah. So no reason not to. If you're interested in the teens class, let me know. It does start at 11 years old, so not quite kid class, but hopefully in the future that can be something we add. But Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Grant Park, 4:15, 11 to 16 years old. Come work out with the teens class. Or if you feel like your teen would enjoy going to adult class, if they're in that 15, 16 age group, they can come with you, which is super fun to be able to work out with your kids. But we talked about teens. Before we move on to looking at some of last week's workouts, I want to hype up our Legends class, which Lauren has recently started.
Mm-hmm.
We've got, I think, 5 or 6 members already.
Yes.
And it's a great resource for, your parents. It's designed for, we say 55 and over, but obviously that's not a hard requirement, but it's just low impact strength training and cardio. So looking for people that want to move their bodies, get stronger, get heart healthy. It's just a great class, Tuesday, Thursday, 9:30 to 10 o'clock.
I mean, I just think that's awesome though, because like we've talked about before, even in our regular programming that we have, just in regular class, everything's modifiable. So same thing in the Legends class. Doesn't matter what your experience is, what it has been, where you're at body wise, like everything we do is approachable, modifiable. You can still come in and maybe you might be doing something a little different than what other people might be doing, but that doesn't matter. You're still coming in for you and getting a great workout in at any age, keeping those bones dense, like keeping those muscles strong. You know, we're in here squatting right now in our 30s and 40s because we're trying to be getting up off them chairs in our 70s and 80s.
Oh yeah.
So look, I'm training for that in the apocalypse.
Well, I'm not interested in being around for the apocalypse, but
We already know.
I mean, if you are, that's great. We'll get you strong for it. I'm not interested.
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
But yeah, okay. So week 3 starts today. Last week was week 2 of our fall training cycle, and I loved last week's workouts. I thought they were so different, and I could see on people's faces how they felt like they were different. But it was also really fun to coach because we just kind of went on a roller coaster between the intensity of specific movements, the intensity of workouts as a whole. They were hard for different reasons. But yeah, Monday we kicked off with this style of workout, and it's nothing too fancy, but it is really effective now that we're early in the cycle. If you're trying to get better at certain movements, this is the workout to do that. It's 1 minute at each station. You can go as light and as simple as you want if we just want to move, or you can try for something a little bit more complex. I encouraged a lot of people to use this workout to get better at their gymnastics, whatever that meant for you. I had some people that don't even really like kipping, so we did strict pull-ups instead. But it was just about getting a little bit better and doing what the best scale for you was that day. 5 rounds, 4 movements. It was a great, well-rounded way to start the week.
I agree. And to follow up on what you just said, like I'm loving these workouts because all week, every workout had a focus. And, just like you said, I let athletes know whatever your goal is, whatever it is that you're working towards, this is the workout for you. So if that means you want to go a little heavier, you're working on your pull-ups, your chest to bar, you want to get better at double unders, like you don't even have to necessarily pick a full level. If it just so happens to be that, maybe you're great at double unders, but you're not that great at pull-ups. Okay, great. You're going to do double unders. Let's work on that pull-up. Let's get up there. So it's just very conducive to what each athlete is working on. And I love how you've programmed that for our athletes, just making them feel confident and stronger and getting better at these movements that, we didn't do a lot of last cycle, but we're going to get amazing at this cycle.
Yeah. And now that we're still early on in the cycle, it's a huge emphasis on just focusing on technique and form and also just learning things the right way. That kind of leads us into Tuesday's workout. We had a really fun little sprint in workout A. Movements were pretty straightforward and it was just as fast as you could get through them. And then in part B, I didn't really worry about how heavy people were going. We used the blocks to make sure everybody was squatting low enough. So once again, just the day to check all our boxes for that back squat, make sure you had proper form, proper technique, you were, performing at all parts of the movement correctly, because as we get more and more into this cycle, then we're going to add weight. It's going to be lower reps, but I can't ask you to throw a ton of weight on the bar if we're not getting low enough or if we're up on our toes, things like that. So whenever you see anything about focusing on technique or form or anything like that, I want you guys to be really intentional and give it your best effort to just try to get a little bit better at the movement. And don't worry so much about, what weight is on the bar.
Right. And that's the thing is you just saying that right there is what I try to instill in our athletes all the time. It's like, don't worry about your weight because we live to lift another day. We're trying to come back and be consistent 3 to 4 times in a gym. It's not meant for you to come in and PR and max out and then you're so sore you can't come the next day or the next 2 days. It's all about what we're doing right now, and that's working on movements, working on the proper and correct form, so that as we move forward, we can put more weight on that bar, no matter what the lift is, deadlift, back squat, push press, overhead. It's like without the proper knowledge and form on how to do these things, it's like, what's the point of adding more weight?
Facts.
So
Big facts. Yeah. And then Wednesday we had a nice little bodybuilding workout. It wasn't
that one was a good one. That one was a good one. I love
wasn't
that.
super
I love that
fast,
one.
but it was tough, and people had to, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Yeah, people just had to not get discouraged. But going from the workout Tuesday, sprint back squat, to this one, upper body bodybuilding, and then on Thursday I asked you guys to just give me a sprint. Max effort on the row, the ski, or the runner, and then we worked on some double unders, dumbbell snatches, and burpees to plate. Interval style workout, so that was a great test of just your general fitness, and also if you were trying to get better at double unders, this was a perfect day to practice that movement for sure. And then Friday, big old deadlift workout. We've been doing sumo deadlifts. We went back to a conventional deadlift last week. I think it's good to bounce back and forth just so we don't and to see how getting better in one version of the movement helps you in the other version. But we will be back on sumo deadlifts this week. So you guys will see sumo deadlifts again. And then we finished the week, as always, with a super fun Saturday workout, partner workout. We had some thrusters, which we haven't been doing a whole lot of. We've been mostly doing wall balls, so it was nice to switch it up. Box jump overs and ring rows, and then you had a little punishment every time you guys had to switch partners. We're gonna do some reverse lunges.
It was a sweaty one. That was a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, and we've been also just working hard Saturday mornings. If you are an athlete that is signed up for Beach Brawl or High Rocks, Saturdays, 7:30 a.m. at Grant Park, we are training hard, and you are welcome to come. So if you're interested in that, shoot me an email, and I will make sure you get on the communication for those training sessions. Same thing, Lauren is still running her run club on Sunday mornings, so we have a lot of opportunities for extra fitness on the weekend if you are signed up for one of our OxFit events coming up in September.
Right. I'm telling you, athletes need to realize, and I know the ones that are competing do realize this, but what we do in our in class and what you've programmed and how it's programmed, like we could literally go out and do a fitness competition tomorrow. Like that's how fit we are, and that's how fit our athletes are. But we still got them just doubting their abilities, doubting themselves, and I'm just waiting on the day that more people realize just how strong, and capable they really are. And it's like, look at what we do in here. Look, I got the scorecard, literally reach over right here. I got the scorecard. Look, I keep it on deck, just to remind me, and other people when they're in here, I'm like, do you see this? Do you remember where you started? And this is just the beginning. Like this isn't retest week yet.
Yeah.
So it's just, and like you said, we've got on Saturdays, we're all getting ready. There's 30 of us going down to compete at Pensacola Beach Brawl. There's, I think, like 15 of us going down for the triathlon at the beginning of September. And it's like, come on, let's do hard things. Let's go. Because everyone is so capable. Yeah. And I love it.
No, we're strong. We're capable. And yeah, if you're ready to get back into the gym, start coming to the gym at all, get your kids in the gym, get your parents in the gym, now's the time. Week 3, send me an email, sav@ox.fit. Send Caitlin an email, eastatlanta@ox.fit. We will help you figure out how to get yourself and your family in the gym so that you're feeling strong, you're feeling good. And we end 2025 feeling fitter than ever, because the end of 2025 is coming up
Oh man,
very fast.
It's almost here.
Very fast. So now's the time to make some moves, make some changes for your life, get back in that routine that's just going to maximize everything that you do. So we're here. We're ready for you.
Let's
If
go.
you need anything, just reach out. And that's all I got. Let's crush it.
Let's go. You got me hyped right now. Let's go.
All right. Bye.
Bye.